never attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, America would have stayed out of the war much longer, leaving Britain and the Soviets to bleed against German forces. You see, President Roosevelt always wanted to enter the war in Europe, but the American people didn't want that. Polls showed that 80% of Americans were opposed to entering a European war, and Congress had passed the Neutrality Act specifically to keep America out. But once Pearl Harbor happened, Hitler also declared war on America, and everything changed overnight. And it gets much worse. Without Pearl Harbor, America wouldn't have sent millions of troops to the war, and there would never have been a second front in Western Europe. D-Day would have never happened. There would be no Normandy landings, no liberation of France, and zero push into Germany from the West. The Soviets would be fighting the deadliest front in history all alone. And one of the two things could happen next. Either Hitler and Stalin bleed each other to death, and Europe becomes a wasteland split between two exhausted powers, or Hitler wins in the East, defeats the Soviets, and controls Europe from the English Channel to Moscow. Britain would then face an impossible choice: fight on with no hope of rescue or negotiate with Hitler. But here's the craziest part. Without Pearl Harbor, the Manhattan Project would never have gotten the funding or the urgency it needed to make the atomic bomb that fast. And Hiroshima and Nagasaki wouldn't have been the same as we know today. Japan would continue expanding its Pacific Empire across Asia, while America, the most powerful nation on Earth, watched from the sidelines.